All right, my dear friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Wednesday, the 15th of April, 2020. We got another beautiful day ahead of us. We have some good movement upstairs going on right now. We've got Mercury pulling away from Chiron, okay? So there's some healing that's been going on, coming to a greater insight, right? Mercury is about our insight. It's about our brain, how we're thinking. It's about how we're communicating. It's about how we're listening, how we're receiving, how we're giving information, trading information, opening up the doors to trade that information. So Mercury's moving. So it's like, although in Aries, where it wants to communicate, it wants to be fast, it wants to move forward, it wants to take the initiative on things, with Mercury conjunct Chiron and square the nodes this year, specifically this year, this is all taking place. It's been a bit of a standstill, which is interesting considering it's in Aries, which is all about moving forward, right? So it's like we're getting better insight over the past couple of days of issues that we've been dealing with, thoughts that we've been having, again, those self-depleting, self-defeating thoughts, and moving forward to a place of I can, I will, and so it shall be. Right, which is it's good for everybody. Okay, as well we have the sun moving away from its square to Jupiter and Pluto. Okay, Jupiter in Capricorn is the drought. Okay, it's the best way to look at Jupiter. It's in its weakest place in the zodiac. Okay, just like Uranus and Taurus, it's at the weakest place in that Uranus can be in the zodiac. It's difficult to move this old solid ground. However, we do have Uranus moving to 6 degrees today, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So Jupiter in Capricorn is that drought. It wants to expand on everything, and it wants more water and more flowers and more everything. Jupiter, everything it touches, it says it wants more of. And in this, it's again being kind of closed off, a little bit of pinched. So we really have to learn ourselves how we can manage the drought. What can we leave out of our lives to continue? Like we talked about yesterday, we might not need the whole 127 pack of crayons. We can create our picture with the 8 pack of crayons, right? So the sun in Aries, the sun is also exalted in Aries. Okay, Pluto is exalted in Capricorn. The sun is exalted in Aries. So we still have 2 planets in their exaltation, which means it's its favorite place to be in the zodiac. Okay, so the sun, ruling sign of Leo, it says yes to the fire sign, to the fiery Aries of self. And the sun says yes to ego and expression and to playfulness. And we need that ego sense of self, the healthy sense of ego and playfulness and creative self-expression to take charge, to say, what is my passion? What is my purpose? And put my path, my purpose, my passions first in my life. Everything else is second. Even my partner, even my, if your job is your passion, then that's great. But this is saying we have to put ourselves first. We will live and die with ourselves in this body. That's part of what this Pluto square sun is all about. It's about, hey, we have a finite time here on this planet. Although our spirit or soul, may be infinite, right? We, as human bodies, as human beings, these earth suits that we have a D-Day. We have a time where we will expire, and we need to be full of life, full of vigor, full of excitement for each day that we have to move forward, okay? So part of the Pluto square sun, both in exaltation, says take your power back, take your authority back, get the excitement for your life, get the excitement of who you are, what you're doing, where you're going, your pride, your passion, your joy, and celebrate. Ceremony. Ceremony is celebration, and every day is a ceremony. Every day is a celebration, right? Which is really, really beautiful. Now we do have, we have the moon up here in Aquarius, okay? Now the moon rules Cancer, okay? So it's excited to be in Cancer. It's exalted in Taurus. Its fall is Scorpio and in detriment. is, or excuse me, the fall is here in Capricorn and detriment is here in Scorpio. Now, when I'm talking about the moon, we're talking about our emotion, energy in motion, okay, which rules Cancer, the flowing river, okay? The sun rules Leo, okay, the passionate fire sign. So opposite of this passionate fire sign, we have the moon right now, where the past 2.5 days it's been in Capricorn in its weaker place, just like Uranus, okay? Yeah, so anyway, just like Jupiter as well. It's in a weaker place for the zodiac where it's harder to gain abundance. This is harder to move this old stubborn rock. So anyway, when we have the sun or the moon here, okay, emotion, energy, emotional needs and nurturing, okay, in Capricorn and then to Aquarius, when we're in Aquarius, this is about the future, this is about technology, this is about community, and we can look at it in one way and say, hey, this 2.5 days is all about community and getting together. It's a need, an emotional need to get together with community, which is something that is difficult right now, given our current circumstance, okay? It's also, when we think about this is the heart. This is the passion, the feeling, the care, the empathy, the nurturing aspect of Cancer. Okay, so when we go to their opposite signs, this is all about doing the work, and this is all about moving forward with technology and community and technology. All right, so it's not the ripest, most beautiful place for it. Okay, forgive me if you have a moon in Cancer, that a moon in Aquarius. I'm not saying that it's not good by any means. What I'm saying is it's a more challenging place for it to be because it can be detached in either Capricorn or in Aquarius, because it's saying we need to put the community and social needs and technological needs above our care, nurturing, empathetic, passionate love for humanity. Okay, and now we can see this when we have Saturn and Mars. Mars is moving forward. This is our assertion. This is the foot on the accelerator, the gas. Saturn, law. Now, coming back here to the virus that we're dealing with, the pandemic. Now, they've already created, right? This isn't going to be a big COVID-19 thing, but it's important to talk about this and understanding where we're at astrologically. Okay, so they've already created what? A vaccine, all right? A vaccine that they've been testing in South Africa, if I am correct. And this vaccine has already taken more lives than it has saved, all right? This is part of putting technology. Well, we have to break a couple of eggs to make an omelet. We have to have some guinea pigs and test rats and test subjects to test this technology, and it's worth losing a couple of lives to save thousands or millions. I'm not saying I agree with that by any means. I'm saying this is where we're at astrologically and understanding that that's part of where we're at and what's going on right now. So there is a need for us to move forward with technology that's saying I can bypass my emotional attachment. Yeah, okay. So how do we deal with that? On a positive side, there's an emotional need for community. There is things like technology. I've had people hitting me up about this house party video game. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. But, there's ways we can FaceTime and ways we can connect with other people through video games, through simply being on speakerphone and pressing play on the movie at the same time. We can use technology right now for our advantage to emotionally connect with the other. And that's what the moon is saying we need to do. We need to emotionally connect with the other, even if we're separate and detached from this space in time. Okay, so on the plus side, let me show you the chart again. We've got the moon, the moon here, starting to create a sextile to Chiron and to Mercury. Okay, the sextile again is an easy flow of energy, air and fire, air and fire. A need. We do have a simple need for people. We love people. Even in our own isolated quarantine aloneness, okay, we still have a love for other people. And it can be up to us to take the initiative to connect with those other people through means of communication, through means of technology, whichever way it is. We've been doing our healing. We have, been doing our transformation, our personal growth, our understanding, something like this. Again, I've been talking about this for a good chunk of the year, honestly, maybe even a bit of last year. Is the Rolex worth it? Is the, the whatever, these big financial purchases, and now we can be looking at our pocketbook and saying, man, maybe I shouldn't have moved forward purchasing that one thing that cost a lot of money, that gained me status quo, that allowed me to keep up with feeling approved by the masses, by the trend, or did I need the new iPhone 11? Did I need that? Whatever it may be. Again, there's nothing wrong with having nice things by any means, okay? That's not the point of what I'm saying. This is us coming to a balance with understanding what we do need in our lives. And people being one of the first and foremost. Our connection with nature, our connection with ourselves is what the sun is teaching us right now. Mercury as well, teaching us a sound mind, helps with our sound body, So we've been dealing with understanding, uncovering these layers about those parts of ourselves. What is necessity? What isn't? Who is necessity? Who isn't? Who to communicate with? How my own fleeting thoughts and where can I get away from my self-sabotage to better myself and wherever I'm going, right? We have to have that yes I can attitude right now. Okay. Now as well, we are going to have Mars just, within a degree or two away from creating this trine to Venus, okay, for a good chunk of April. I believe until the 27th or something like that. They're going to stay within 2 degrees of each other, maybe the 28th. Okay, now the moon is also going to trine to Venus. Venus is saying fall in love with it all. Again, fall in love with the wrong notes, fall in love with the practice, fall in love with falling down. Okay, fall in love with falling down. Something I've talked about and communicated about before on this channel is doing handstands and cross-country skiing. You have to lean forward, which means the best people that have adapted and perfected, we'll use that loosely, come to great terms with doing handstands or cross-country skiing means they've fallen down a lot. The baby trying to learn how to walk from just crawling falls down a lot. One of my friends has just about a 1-year-old right now that's walking around, and she'll fall constantly and then get back up and fall and get back up and fall. So we have to have that get back up attitude. We can't just say, oh, I fell down, that's it, I'm over. Pull the plug, doc, I'm done for. I've got nothing else to live for. I fell, I failed, I made a mistake, whatever. It's just like, hey, it's okay. We got to love ourselves for this, and we have to keep pushing forward. We have to see the brighter future. These things that impact us as far as the fall down. Why do we fall off the horse, son? To get back up, Pa. That's right. We have to have that attitude going on, and Venus and Mars being a resemblance of our masculine and feminine, that we each have our own masculine and feminine regardless of what gender we are. This is a beautiful dance right now that's going on, that's saying move forward, use this energy to propel yourself into a better, brighter future, right? Really, 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 really cool. Now, as well, the last thing I want to talk about is Uranus here, moving to the 6th degree. Okay, which it's going to be for quite some time. Uranus is a very slow-moving planet. All right, so Uranus moving to the 6th degree is understanding tradition while moving forward to a new age. Okay, if we listen to a modern piece of piano music, it is certainly not the same classical music that we heard from 200 years ago, 300, whatever it may be. The music has advanced, it has changed. It was was it more advanced back then than it is now? I don't know, it doesn't matter, right? The fact is, we take the traditional and we implement the new. We take what was and we create it to what is. Okay, so this is part of our lives as well. This is part of our healing, part of our learning, part of our advancement, part of our moving forward. We have to take what was, we have to honor it. I was a boy, and I did boyish, stupid things when I was younger, a younger man, but I could not honestly say I was a man or handled them with a man mentality or a proper masculine mentality. I'm only speaking for myself at this moment. But I have to honor that part of myself that I was and acknowledge this part of myself and move forward to who I want to be when I look into the mirror, who I want to become, on an everyday basis, and the steadfast integrity that must follow with that, right? We're talking about Taurus, the steady earth sign, the stable earth sign, right? So I can't be a stable man 6 out of 7 days a week and then act like a tyrant the 7th day. I will always be a tyrant, right? We see how that goes? So let that play in however that is. It could be in with masculinity and femininity. It can be in the way that we look at ourselves. It can be our integrity toward our job, our integrity toward our partner, our integrity toward our passion. It's something we're really living for right now, is our personal passions, our personal paths, our integrity of moving forward, getting up and saying yes to life, celebrating life, honoring the past, honoring the present, and taking strides and discipline, right? Self-discipline to continue the work every single day to honor the future of where we're going. Okay? Whew. And we're going to have that energy for a hot minute. A hot minute for me means quite a while. Okay, so we're going to have this energy with us for quite some time. So we get to relearn, rediscover ourselves, appreciate where we've been, appreciate the loss, to understanding what great gain that we've had. Okay, really, really great stuff. It's a beautiful day, my friends. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I enjoy this so much. So thank you for being a part of my journey. Love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.